What is up, guys? We are back with another Abershire gaming video, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the top 3 attacking operators for beginners in Rainbow Six Siege. But before we get into this video, I would like to let you know that I'm holding a giveaway for a $20 Xbox, Steam, or PlayStation gift card every single Friday, and all you have to do to enter is be subscribed and have notifications on. And also feel free to drop a like on the video. But yeah, getting right into this video, we are going to be starting off with our number 1 operator, who is Twitch. We are going to be taking into account these operators' weapons as well as their abilities. But first off, we're going to be taking a look at Twitch's main weapon, which is the F2 rifle. As you can see here, it does not have much recoil. When I am trying to control it, I can control it pretty easily. It's not very difficult to control. And now we're going to be taking a look at a bit of a further range to see how easy it is to control here. And as you can see right here, this is without me controlling it. It is very, very vertical recoil, which makes it a lot easier to control. And here with me controlling it, firing full auto, it's fairly easy, but you're most likely going to be tap firing from this range. And here is the pistol. It has a fairly high fire rate and pretty much no recoil at all. Next up, we are going to be taking a look at Twitch's ability. This is her Twitch drone. She gets 2 of these, and each drone has 5 individual charges, and each one of these allows you to take out different gadgets, like Jaeger's gadgets, like Ella's mines, like Kapkan's traps, like Mute's jammers, yeah, and pretty much everything that can be placed down. This makes Twitch a really good choice. You kind of have to rely sometimes on Twitch, so you have to know when to throw your drones in and when not to, which makes her a little bit difficult, but still she is a very good operator because her gun has very minimal recoil and the ability is very strong and does not require too much skill. And here we have the loadout that you should be using. You should always be using the F2 rifle, as it has a lot of damage and it also has a pretty high fire rate. Always use the ACOG in pretty much every situation, as it allows you to be a lot more accurate, and it's personally for me easier to control recoil. And I always like using the flash hider on her, and for most people I like the flash hider. It works well with pretty much every gun, but that one's kind of up to personal preference. And then always have that vertical grip attached, which reduces recoil. And for the pistol, I use the P9 as it has a high fire rate. If you're in a pinch, it can get the job done and is a lot better than the like the revolver, just because it's a lot easier to get kills with it, as you don't have to be insanely accurate. And I would also use the breaching charge, as it allows you to get into certain areas a lot easier. For our second attacking operator, we have Sledge. Sledge's ability basically allows him to break through any unreinforced walls and barricades very quickly and easily. He has a lot of these charges. But first up, we're going to be looking at his gun. As you can see, it has pretty much only vertical recoil, and it is very easy to control as it is very minimal. His gun has a decent fire rate and hits pretty hard, which makes it very good for new players. As you can see here, this is from a little bit longer range. It's pretty much only vertical and very easy to control. That is what makes it so good for the new players, as it is a very easy gun to learn. And here is his secondary. This is what I like to use, as it has a very high rate of fire. It's good for taking out enemies at very close range very quickly, and I would highly recommend using this gun over the pistol. Now we are going to be taking a look at why Sledge's ability is so good for you new players. As you can see, you can break pretty much anything that's not reinforced, like the floor, also barricades and walls. This makes it very good for finding angles, breaching into certain areas. You really cannot get pinched because you can just break through the wall very quickly. You get a lot of these charges, and yeah, as you can see, you can just instantly smash through barricades and things like that. But yeah, it makes it very easy to get into pretty much any place that's not reinforced, and you don't really have to be relied on by your team. You can kind of go off on your own a bit, and if you die, it is not that big of a deal. That's why it is so good for the new players. Here we have the loadout. So for your primary, you should be using the L85A2. This is the best gun. It's better than the shotgun, and you should be using the ACOG, as I said, with Twitch, it helps with controlling recoil and being more accurate. I always like using the ACOG. I'm using the flash hider as well. That one's kind of up to personal preference. And then I like the vertical grip as it reduces recoil, and then for the secondary I use the SMG-11 because this is really good for getting those quick kills at close quarters in like a tight situation. I think I like the reflex more, but a lot of people like the hollow, so that one's up to personal preference. Just choose whichever one, and doesn't matter much. And also your grenade or flashbang, I personally like using the grenade more, but the flashbang could be very effective as well, so that's up to personal preference also. And our last operator that we're going to be looking at is Ying. As you can see, here is her weapon. It has very vertical recoil, but it does have a lot of ammo. You're really never going to be using all of this ammo at once. You're going to be stopping in between. Yeah, as you can see, it has so much ammo that it just caps out. And here is me trying to control the recoil right here. It is very easy, up to around 60 bullets, but after that you're really never going to spray 80 bullets at once. But now we're going to be taking a look at some longer range shooting and see how that performs. But because of this low recoil, it makes it very easy to control the gun. That is what's been the theme with every single one of these operators. Yeah, as you can see, the recoil is very vertical and it is very easy to control, as all of these operators have been. And here's the pistol. It fires very quickly, good in tight situations when you just want to get extra bullets downrange. But with Ying, this should not be a problem as she has so many bullets. But now here is her ability. This is like a cluster flashbang type ability. You can have it set where it takes a little bit of time for it to release the charges. You can also have it, as you saw, where you can put it on a wall and it will go through that wall. You can also have it where you just roll it on the floor and it can roll into a room, and then it will launch all of its clusters and flash the enemy. You can also use it where you don't hold it at all and the clusters will go off instantly. This ability, you don't really need to be with your team necessarily. It definitely helps, but not being with your team will not screw the whole team over, which makes it a good pick for those new players who won't necessarily be with the team the entire time. As you guys saw, here is her loadout. She is the T95 LSW. This is her primary. This is what you're going to want to use over the shotgun. I personally like using the ACOG, and I would definitely recommend that. But I use the compensator as you really do spray quite a bit with this gun. I feel like it works a bit better than the flash hider, but that's really up to personal preference. And she only has one pistol, so you'll have to use this. Make sure you put the muzzle brake on, as you do with every pistol. And I personally like using the breaching charges, as it lets you get into more areas a lot easier. The reason why I chose these operators for you new players is because you really do not have to be with the team with these operators. It definitely helps out the team, but if you are not playing with the team, it does not completely screw up the round, as you really, with these operators, are not a vital part of the team. You still play a role and would be very helpful to play with your team, but with these operators, it is not something that is necessary. But moving on to the weapons, another reason why I chose these operators because all of them had very low recoil weapons. This makes them very easy to learn, very easy to shoot, and very easy to get kills with. This will help you guys out as you are learning R6. You'll be able to learn the mechanics, and you won't have to focus too much on the actual recoil of the guns, which will make it a lot easier to get better a lot quicker. Once you've mastered these operators, then I would recommend moving on to different operators that you find more fun, even though they might be more difficult, as it'll help you learn R6 even more. But these three operators are very good for you beginners. Hopefully this helps you guys out, those of you that are new. Hopefully you choose these operators and you do pretty well in your matches and in learning the game. I'm going to make a top 3 defenders video for you guys very soon, so look out for that. That should help you guys with what operators to choose on defense. But hopefully this does help you guys out with attacking in Rainbow Six Siege. Feel free to let me know in the comments if it did help you. But yeah, that is it for this video. Make sure to be subscribed and have notifications on, as that will enter you into the giveaway that I do every single Friday for a $20 Xbox, Steam, or PlayStation gift card. Thank you guys for watching. Also, feel free to drop a like, and I will see you guys in the next Abershire Gaming video.